everybody, this is the Game Master 127. Welcome to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile. Today I'm finally going to be unveiling my Noble Knights. It's something that's been a long time in the making. Done very many attempts because I'm trying to make this really good. So I'm kind of doing this as kind of like my 30-ish subscriber special. I wish I could do it for something like my 50th or something, but this is going to have to work. So very first thing I must say is it's 58 cards and it's very casual. It's not like at all meant to be used in competitive play, and you'll definitely see why. But there is a lot of kind of tips and tricks that this deck can do. It's not just like a one-trick pony like it's meant to be. There's a lot you can do with this, and I'm about to show you maybe a couple of those. Won't try to spoil everything, but I will explain like why there's a couple things that I run the way I run. So with that being said, let's get on to the main thing. So when I say that this is a casual deck, you'll see why. I don't run the Knights, I suppose, the way the Knights are supposed to be run, but I figured out a way that you can recycle a lot of these. And so I don't run a lot of them. I didn't buy like extra boxes of this, so whatever the box came in with the number of Knights, that's basically what's in here, basically. And so with that being said, that means it's one copy of Medrop. That's right, it's just one copy. 2 copies of Boars. These two, you know, they're great cards just by themselves. I have other uses for them. They aren't meant to just go into like the regular king. They can if they need be, but that's not the only thing they can do. One regular Noble Knight Artorias. It's a good 18, so attack defense, either way you want to do it, very good. He's also used for some other plays. I run Fusion Substitute in this, and I'll kind of show you guys why. One, Gawain. Gawain's probably like the toughest one out of all the Knights with a 19. Very easy to get out, especially when you have it compared with all these other guys. So very easy to get out, very easy rank 4 special summon. One, Dristan. Dristan, give it an arms, and basically the rest of the Knights are pretty much safe, because most of them are either 18 or they are lower, with the exception of Gawain, of course. One, Gwalchavad. Gwalchavad is used to help recycle my arms, as well as it being a normal. I can use it for my Fusion Substitute plays, so feeling that. One, Bedveer, the ability to Foolish Burial and arms, and then use it for last chapter if need be, and then switch the arms to like to Meddraw, and then just making plays there is absolutely wonderful. One, Purter. A lot of people don't run Purter, but the thing with Purter is it's 19. You know, his defense could be a little bit better, but you know, it's a 19 attack. It can become a level 5. It can be dark. So there's other things I can do with Purter. 2 copies of Brothers. The reason why it's 2 copies of Brothers is because one from Primal Origins and one from the Megaton. And so Brothers is kind of like the synergy here. 24 wall, light. You really just kind of want to use them for the wall, and then just use them for the recyclability. That's kind of why I like Brothers the way it is. And 2 just kind of works out for me. 1 Ignoble Knight of High Lancelot and 1 Ector. These guys are the rank 5s that I need, and especially with Ector, because it means that it cannot be negated. High Lancelot is also very easy to get out because a lot of the deck is vanilla, and you can get him out incredibly easy. 1 Merlin. Merlin is I know I could probably run 3 Merlin and it'd be really great for the deck. It's 58 cards, and it's going to get cloggy, and again, I just didn't really want to spend more money for this, so this is a very budget. I think I've only spent like $100 like total on this, and it's still really good. Like, I just went to a locals today for like the first time in like forever, and I beat a Blue Eyes deck very easily with this deck, surprisingly enough. And I only took like 500 life points in the match, so obviously it's doing something right. And you know, Merlin, you draw into Merlin, it's good, you can make it play. But that's just kind of the reason why it's just Merlin, it's just a blanket play. Same thing with Lady of the Lake. it's just to make a play. I do run the Synchro Knight, and so that's why Lady's here. One Gwen, it's because Gwen is just, for 300 attack. The light and dark makes it really useful, especially if you just give it to just, to like Purder or something like that. It's because then that dark effect really comes into play. A lot of people, for a lot of them, we can't just give Gwen and then it's a light. The dark one is much more useful because you already have, say with Excalibur. Excuse me. And so that's why having a lot of monsters that turn into dark, like Purder, like Maddrop, like Boars, and then giving it with Gwen makes it really useful. One effect builder, it's again just kind of to go into the Synchro Knight, or I do run Trish. Trish can actually be running this because it's a level 9, and you can just soul charge into effect builder, and then 2 other knights, and then sync from there. One Summoner Monk. Summoner Monk is just used to help get out an easy rank 4. Knight de Greffer. It's just another thing I need to recycle the arms. Knights, I have a way to recycle the knights. Arms need a little bit of recycling, so that's kind of why Greffer's here. One Honest. Honest is, a lot of the deck is comprised of light monsters, and so having Honest in here gives it really good power. And if you need a little bit extra power, Drago. Drago, I really don't understand why this card is not run more often. It is a beautiful card. Drago, you can special summon, it can save you. You contribute it. It's 17. You can throw in defense. You can you gain life points. It's just a really good. There are no drawbacks to playing this card. It's 4. It's dark. It's just a wonderful card to play in about any deck. And then of course, if you can't get over them, wall them. Romajar. So it's just in case if I get somebody who's just keep like. If I just need a monster that needs to wall, Romajar, gain life points off that, no problem. This actually did happen too when I faced the Blue Eyes player. He did a lot of special summoning, so it's a good thing I ran Maxi. It's just gold rare Maxi, so it's not really worth anything. Maxi, it's just one. And, yeah, I know there's a lot of people that are like complaining that either Maxi should come to 3 or go into the ban list. I'm okay with Maxi being at 1, but then again, I'm not competitive, so. 1 Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. It's light, it's 3, and it's a tuner. That's the reason why this thing is in here, and it has an amazing hand trap ability. I do run another Synchro that is 7, so going for a Knight, having it with 3, it's a tuner. Very easy to go into, though again the problem with this being though is the hand trap ability is just so good. So that's the reason why it's in here. In case I can't get to it, however, I did want to have a backup, and that's Gale the Whirlwind. I know a lot of people wouldn't expect to see Gale the Whirlwind in a Noble Knight build, but just the ability to target and cut monster attack in half. I guess going against something like Zodiac, cut it in half and then it stays cut in half, that's really, really good, all things considered. And you can just keep cutting it in half, turn by turn. And then, quite possibly, the boss monster of this, and that's Vision Hero Witch Raider. What an amazing card to have. You got a Phoenix sitting on there, you have Call the Han just sitting there, you contribute it, pop Witch Raider, Harpy Feathers Duster, your opponent's side of the field, and 27, it's a ward, it's a dark, give it all the arms, you're solid. Going on to my arms now. I'm assuming you guys all know what these are. 2 Excalibur, 2 Caliburn, 2 Destiny, 1 Arfeeder Tour, and then it's good under most scenarios. I don't play this as much, and that's 1 Gallatin. Arfeeder Tour and Gallatin are probably some of my least favorite ones. Arfeeder Tour is a little bit more useful because you can use it to pop back row on the downside of having the attack lowered by 500. Gallatin, it's 1,000, but then after 5 turns, it's basically useless. So I don't plan on using like all these arms to like power them up max, because there is a different way than using Gallatin, and I'll show you guys in a little bit. One last chapter. If it's Monster Reborn for this deck. You definitely want to keep at least one last chapter in here. One field spell. The field spell, I was never a really big fan of this field spell. I always kind of found it a little bit slow. If it had like attack gain in it, I would definitely consider running 2, especially because it itself counts as a Noble Knight card to fuel it. However, with that being said, it's if you get rid of my field spell, it's not the end of the world for me. I like it, I just don't love it. Now, this is the reason why I don't give Gallatin to the Sacred Noble Knight, is because there's a much, much more powerful way to do it, and that's Mage Power. 25 extra attack points, no drawback. Mage Power, especially in Noble Knights, is very, very powerful. It very quickly takes, Sacred King to from 3,000 if you just give him the normal stuff to 55. Attack with Jirago, sacrifice over it. Now he's at 65. You've already attacked, and that is game. You can OTK with knights. It's possible. Then just kind of going on to like some like the generic spells. Raigeki because it's Raigeki. Dark Hole is Dark Hole. It's totally fine because I can play Dark Hole as long as they have Destiny. It doesn't affect me in any way. Gold Sarcophagus to help me look for the cards that I need to look. One reinforcement of the army because to search out for my knights if they do get destroyed. One warrior returning alive to bring said knight back. One release restraint wave. I like release restraint wave because if you're like, again, a lot of the people that I face, they play stuff like Scrap Iron. So having release restraint wave, wipe out Scrap Iron, I'm good. One Book of Moon, just for those plays, and because Book of Moon is just really, really good. One Swords of Revealing Light, just in case if I need to stall. One Foolish Burial. Foolish Burial is just used to help pitch, like anything that would need to go in the grave. Effect Bailor for a soul charge. Lady of the Lake for Sacred Knight. High Lancelin if I need him in the grave, so when I special summon, then I don't have to worry about it, so I don't like dead draw into him. There's so many things that I can foolish into, and that's just the reason why it's just so good. One Soul Charge, I kind of told you this, it's meant so I can bring out Trish a little bit easier. One Mystical Space Typhoon, because Mystical Space Typhoon. One Twin Twister. I don't have a problem with discarding some of the cards because I get a lot of draw power out of this, and so discarding some stuff, like this next card, Burial, that's a pretty easy thing to discard if I need it. It's just, this deck does banish a lot, so that's just kind of like one of those just-in-case cards. So if I don't need it, then I don't need it. Fusion Substitute. I do run a very unique fusion in this, and that just so happens to be First of Dragons. First of Dragons is you just need 2 normal monsters. That's all you need for this to work. And for Fusion Substitute, with the other fusions that I run this, I can banish it, put something back into it, and then I can draw a card. Fusion Substitute, really good. One Mass Change 2. I do run Dark Law and Koga, and man, did Koga come to save me tonight. Going against that Blue Eyes player, he summoned out his Blue Eyes, Mass changed into Koga. He was already over it, then gave him Mage Power, and basically scooped. So, and that's why Mass Changer, I'm sorry. Going on the traps, one Solemn Warning. Solemn Warning is just, it's solemn, and it's the only real solemn that I really wanted to plan on running. It's just good enough. The 2000, it's not really anything. You gain instinct back with Jirago or with a couple turns of Calor, so the pay cost not that big of a deal in this deck. One Call of the Haunted. Call of the Haunted you can totally run because you can basically already run. It can just sit there and then just wait till you draw a Division Hero, and then you can get rid of it that way. One Dimensional Prison. You have Dimensional Prison, so if they attack for it, you can banish. And again, I'm highly down that a lot of people do even run Burial, so if it banishes, it's pretty much going to stay banished. One Torrential Tribute. Again, with Destiny, not really going to affect me at all. Same thing with Compulse. I can Compulse. I have my opponent's monsters back to their hands. So if they do get out their boss monsters, they go straight back. And 1 Mirror Force. I don't think, like, I probably should run Quaking Mirror Force, but I just like the idea with Mirror Force, it just goes straight to the grave. And it just, that's all my problems. Going to the extra deck for you. I got 1 Sacred Noble Knight of King Artorigus. Again, he's probably the chief Xyz monster out of this. You know, he's basically the way that I basically power through all my opponents and just establishes his board of being a really hard monster to get rid of. 1 regular Artorigus King of the Noble Knights. This guy is mainly used if I need to decide to go into back row removal. He's only at 200 attack point difference between his older predecessor, or older counterpart, I'm sorry. So 200 points is not going to be that big of a difference. You know, with Mage Power, then he'll just, instead of going to 3,000, he'll go to 28, so it's not that big of a deal. 1 Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon. Dark Rebellion is just kind of used as just kind of like generic rank 4, and this is just in case if I really need to get over something very, very quickly. 1 Castel, the Sky Blaster Musketeer. That's just in case if I do need to send something back, or and plus it's 2,000. You know, wing base, it's not too bad. 1 Abyss Dweller. I have Abyss Dweller in here just in case if they do decide that they want to, you know, start bringing monsters back. I can get Abyss Dweller and he'll stop that. Got 1 number 61 Vulgasaurus. Vulgasaurus is, again, it's just one of the reasons that I run so much potential for level 5s is because Vulgasaurus is my rank 5. 25, again, maybe not the best, you know, rank 5, I'll admit. You know, I could probably use, I can't think of it, but there's probably other things I can have, but it came out in the gold, so it's Vulgasaurus. 1 number 86 Heroic Champion Rome Gummignon. You gotta love this card. If you run like a warrior heavy deck like this, Rome Gummignon is the card for you. You get your board stack with knights, and oh my gosh, the overwhelming power this guy is gonna have is amazing. He will at least guaranteed stay on the field for at least 2 to 3 turns. It's at least until his attack drops down, which is why I'm not a huge fan of that. This card is probably going to be replaced soon. I am waiting for kind of like a shipment of cards to come in, so this is just in here for the time being. I'll probably side this a little bit later, but for now, you know, it wasn't too bad. 1 number 101 Silent Honor Arc. It's just because it's a little slow. 21 attack. And I guess the people I play really don't put a lot of monsters into attack for Silent Honor to take, so that's probably why he's gonna get the boot. 1 number 106 Giant Hand. Giant Hand, just the ability to negate is incredible, especially in this because one of my friends likes to play Subterrors, so if there's something I need to help negate with those, Giant Hand is definitely the one I need to go into. Going to my synchros is, of course, you know, I run the synchro knight. The other synchros I have is, of course, Clearwing Synchro Dragon. It's just the most generic, I guess, supposed level 7. I had a lot of these lying around. So, the Clearwing is, you know, for 25, and his ability, if I can't get a Giant Hand, I can definitely sync into Clearwing, and that's why it's here. Of course, 1 Trish. I did mention I had Trish. It's very easy to go into Trish, and with, you know, 27 attack to boot, you know, you can go straight into its effect, and it won't be that much of a problem. You saw all my fusion, and that is 1 Master Hero Dark Law, 1 Master Hero Koga, and 1 First of Dragons. These 3, you know, again, pretty easy to get out in this, so it's not really that much of it. You know, much of a problem for me to get these guys out. You know, 2 normals, you know, a mass chain, it's not too hard. So that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the Game Master 127 deck profile of the Noble Knights. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and thank you again so much for 30 subscribers. And I just couldn't be happier that that I've gotten to this point, and you know that you guys like this so much. So please be nice. Don't make fun of this so much, because I know it's bad, but it works for me. And again, for 58 cards, it is surprisingly consistent, so I have no complaints. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye.